What is up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then it's just welcome to my channel and now welcome back. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button because you will not be disappointed unless, of course, your taste level is not up to par. Not everybody can sit with us. I know it's a real serious day and everything, and the girls across the pond, they laughing at us girl talking about the US is having a gender reveal today. Y'all gotta get serious. This is real life, and I don't know why y'all didn't tell me that the Korean skincare products girl was gonna try to turn me into a little piece of Korean. I feel like the little bit of melanin that I did have that I was holding on to, baby, donde está? Okay. Now I did pick up a couple of hydrating products that I really do like so far. Some from you guys' suggestions. I do appreciate y'all. Thank you. But I'm looking like sugar cookie dough. Not even the baked sugar cookie, just the dough. I don't know how I feel about it. But we are not here to talk about me today. We are here to talk about somebody else. And boy, do I have a story in store for you. Okay? It's a wild ride, whole lot of mess. Let's get into it. By the time you see this video, just know mother has partaken in a little piece of the devil's linens. Yes, I did. And I got me a Chipotle bowl and I'm laid up in my bed reading the comments. When you get your heart, you get your reply. Just know I'm laid up in a bed on a different planet. Y'all look, my nails are still going strong. All right, so in 2020, 47-year-old Melody Sesser of Knoxville, Tennessee is perusing the dating sites, ready to find her a nice little companion and settle down. She creates a profile on several of them, one of which being Match.com, and after a while, she makes a match with this guy, David Wallace. Now, the two can already tell from their profiles that they have a lot in common. One of the biggest things being that they're both very outdoorsy and they both very much enjoy hiking. So they bond over that fact right away. They even set up a date to go and do it together. Now, Melody is really feeling David from the first time they link up, but David is not so sure that he is interested in her romantically. So the two of them move forward on a friendship level as opposed to being involved romantically. Now, I don't know if Melody was holding out hope that things would change, that she could somehow win him over. But despite her attraction to him, she agrees to, just be his friend. And the two of them become regular hiking buddies. Melody even helps him to plan and prepare for an upcoming trip he has where he will hike the Appalachian Trails. She assists David by making all of his necessary reservations. She finds out where all of the rest points will be, and she takes care of his car for him while he is out of town. Very much given that Melody is holding out hope that doing all of this will make David see that she is the woman for him after all. But David has decided to continue his quest for love, and he has still been browsing the apps looking for his lady. And he soon meets a woman by the name of Jennifer. And David really likes him some Jennifer. Now, he does continue to talk to Melody as a friend while he pursues Jennifer as a lover. And about a year or so into them forming a bond, David is sure that Jennifer is the woman that he wants to spend the rest of his life with. And from the moment David had told Melody about Jennifer, a little tiny seed of jealousy had been planted in her head. And over time it's been brewing, but she has tried her best to keep it cute. And then Jennifer and David decide to relocate to Alabama, and Melody didn't like that so much. Sparingly, David still keeps in touch with Melody. He's updating her on life events here and there, very distant friendship. And in the fall of 2022, David has some really exciting news to share with Melody. He and Jennifer are getting married. He has proposed to her, she has accepted, and he is excited. And y'all, now that little seed of jealousy has turned into a full-blown forest, okay? Melody responds to his news with, "I hope you both fall off a cliff and die." Nothing too crazy, just telling him how she feels. And David is slightly taken aback by her response, but not as much as he is when several days later, she shows up at their doorstep having driven 5 hours to get down to Alabama, uninvited and unannounced. And the timing is also pretty crazy because someone had just flashed the sides of Jennifer's car with what appears to have been a key. And following these two stunts or incidences, Jennifer begins receiving these harassing phone calls. The person is very angry, very rude. They're threatening her, but they don't tell who they are. And they're obviously using like this voice disguising software. There were 3 calls made on November 7th of 2022 and 6 more calls made on November 14th. Now Jennifer, she reports these harassing phone calls, and a little research into them is done. Apparently the calls are coming from one of those computer generated cell phone numbers, and unfortunately those are untraceable, so she is not able to prove that the calls are coming from Melody, although she has a suspicion that that is the person behind them. She just can't prove it. So she ends up just contacting her cell phone provider and having them block all incoming voice over IP calls, which does the job of putting a pause on her harassment. But y'all, things get a lot worse, because in January of 2023, Melody decides that she is not just about to sit around while Jennifer rides off into the sunset with her man, building a life with him that was supposed to be hers. Now, Jennifer is also a fitness girly. That's something that she and David had in common, and they both use this fitness tracking app. It's called Strata, and from my understanding, it's like kind of like, I guess, MyFitnessPal, where you can track your workouts and then people can follow you and keep up with your journey. So whenever they're out hiking or taking a walk or exercising, they are utilizing this app, right? And this app also shares their locations with those who follow them. And of course, Melody, who is also a fitness girly, also uses the app and is one of their followers. And Melody decides to use this to her advantage. The closer they get to the couple's wedding date, the more Melody begins to feel like she is running out of time. So she gets onto the dark web and she searches for someone who can help rid her of her perceived problem. She goes onto a site called Online Killers Market, looking for a hitman that she can hire to take care of her competition. Now, the site offers all kinds of services, and how it works is you create an account and you submit a request detailing exactly what you want done. And it doesn't have to be what Melody's looking for. Like, you can hire somebody to do a hacking job, kidnapping, extortion, disfigurement is on the list of services provided. So an admin reviews your request or your order, and then you receive a quote for the cost of the job, and a person to do the job is assigned to your order. This site claims to have over 12,000 employees all over the world. There's also an internal messaging system that looks like an email, where the registered accounts or the customers, they can talk with the admins, they can talk directly to the hitman once one has been assigned to them. They can talk to other people who are soliciting services, chatting about their experiences or their shared desires. It's just a huge forum for the girls to openly discuss murder for hire. Now, the account is not free. Customers do have to pay for their use of the site, and you pay in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. And here is Miss Melody's order. I'm gonna read it exactly how she said it, and mama ain't the best with the grammar, so here we go. It needs to seem random or an accident, or plant drugs do not want long investigation. She recently moved in with her new husband. She works at home and in the office in Birmingham. She works at Wide Orbit office in Hoover, Alabama. When she works in office, she works later. She drives a blue Subaru Outback. She then provides Jennifer's license plate number and then goes on to say her husband works at Publix part-time. They have 3 dogs that bark and jump, but nice dogs. And she submits this order with all of these details under the username Cat Tree. She then provides more pertinent details about her intended target and about David as well. She tells them Jennifer's full name and submits a photo. A photo of the lady is provided to ensure that they positively identify the right lady. Now, her offer for the job is 0.417 Bitcoin, which at the time was worth roughly $9,750 USD. And that amount of money was paid to the site and sitting in escrow because the admins handle the transaction. The customer submits the money, it's held until the job is complete and then paid. Now, her order wasn't placed until January 11th of 2023, but Melody at first made contact with the site and started depositing money onto her account December 31st of 2022. She does receive a response on the same day that she submits the order from an admin confirming that somebody has agreed to do the job for that price, and now it just needs to be done. Right? Melody is excited. She is offering even more information that she is pulling from the Strata app that Jennifer is using for her workouts. And thus begins the back and forth messages between she and Mr. Hitman that goes on for months, most of which are just providing more details and asking about the status of the job. Now, with all of the details she is giving constantly, and with all the time that is passing in these months without the job being completed, Melody is becoming quite impatient. So on March 22nd, when the job still had not been done, at 10:46 p.m., she sends a message on Online Killers Market to an admin saying, quote, "I've waited for 2 months and 11 days and the job is not completed. 2 weeks ago, you said it was being worked on and will be done in a week. The job is still not done. Does it need to be assigned to someone else? Will it be done? What is the delay? When will it be done?" Mama's is frustrated, okay? Now, an admin from the site responds to her message the same day saying, "Hello, she is not aware. He just failed as he did not attempted it yet." I'm reading exactly what the people say, girl. Grammatical errors and everything. He felt like it is too risky for him to do it. Now, 5 days later, Melody responds to this admin saying, "Yesterday she worked from home and went for a 2-mile walk by herself, assigned to another that can complete the job." Basically, Melody wasn't hearing it. She like, girl, she be out here by herself all the time and it should be done by now. A day later, the admin responds and says, "Hello, I have 2 other hitmen that I can assign on the job, but one wants," I'm just going to say it in USD because it's easier. So initially, she had already paid $9,750 into the escrow, right? So her other 2 options, one wants $11,432 worth of Bitcoin, which would have been a $1,682 increase from what she had already paid in there. And the other wants $11,315, which is an increase of only $1,565. Which one should I assign? Melody writes back instructing her to assign the cheaper option and says that she will add the difference onto her Bitcoin account. And that very same day, March 29th of 2023, at 4:02 p.m., Melody goes and deposits $2,000 in cash into a CoinHub ATM to cover the additional costs. And you know what? The fees to use these Bitcoin ATM machines are astronomical in my personal opinion, because although she deposited $2,000 worth of cash, once the fees for using the ATM and Bitcoin were subtracted, only $1,579.26 worth of Bitcoins were actually added to her account. Baby, $410.74 in fees? Ugh, that's a lot. 3 days later, Melody deposits another $510 of cash into her account, which was $402 after the fees. The thing about these CoinHub ATMs, they also capture your picture just like any other ATM. They capture images of the user during the transactions. Now, she gives the new guy on the case a couple of weeks to get the job done, but then something unexpected happens. On April 27th of 2023, roughly a month later, someone sends an anonymous message to Gregory Martin, a special agent with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, regarding Melody's murder for hire plot. Baby, somebody told on her. And they even provided the messages between her and the admin. Now, I don't know if mamas was so pushy, getting on their nerves, trying to rush the job, that they decided that they were just gonna get rid of her and get her off their back the best they could, or if she was out here talking, running her mouth about her plot. But if that were the case, how would they get a hold of the messages? So that's why I'm more inclined to believe that it might have been that admin, or maybe the whole site itself was shady, because girl, you can't tell me that it's just that simple to hire someone like that on a site called Online Killers Market. Excuse me? That don't even sound like, that just sounds like a hub for sting operations. It just don't sound, child. Anyway, so first order of business is to reach out to Jennifer and let her know, like, girl, somebody is trying to take you out the game. So we're going to have to offer you some protection. They also offer her close loved ones protection as well, just in case they try to get granny when they can't find her. And Mr. Martin tells her that he's going to do everything in his power to make sure that whoever is behind this is found. And Jennifer is like, girl, don't look too far. I have a good idea of who it might be. Because remind you, she was already convinced that the person that was harassing her and keying her car was Melody. And so she tells Mr. Martin that she believes it is her fiance's ex-hiking buddy, and that she's been acting real deranged lately ever since she found out out that they were tying the knot. She tells him about her response to the news, about her showing up unannounced, the calls that came afterward, her car being key, just all of the things that have transpired. And to be clear, once Melody started acting crazy and deranged, David did cut off communication with her. He wasn't still trying to be her friend while she was terrorizing his fiance, which I'm sure is what pushed Melody to this point, wanting to completely get rid of the lady. And after hearing all the details, Mr. Martin is quite sure that this is all Melody's work. When they get their little eye on Melody, sure enough, the suspicions are confirmed. November 9th and 14th, license plate reader cameras picked up Melody's Tennessee license plate within the immediate vicinity of Jennifer's job, proving that she had been stalking this lady. And remind you, Melody lives 5 hours away. So she was making several unannounced, sneaky little trips down to Alabama. And of course, this is the same vehicle that she had shown up to their home in a few weeks prior. They subpoenaed the Coin Hub ATM footage, and sure enough, the images captured are undeniably Melody's asser. So with this, they are able to link her directly to the username or the account that it was deposited into, username Cattree, the same person that is in the messages ordering the hit. Now, with all of this information, it's not looking so good for your girl Melody. They are able to secure an arrest warrant for her. And on May 18th of 2023, she is picked up off the street. During law enforcement's search of her home, they found this journal that had several different sites that she could have used to solicit a hitman. They found a stash of cash inside of her home near the notebook that has a sticky note attached to it with her Bitcoin account details written on the sticky note. Like, girl, if come get me was a person, look police, I'm right here. And just to add the cherry on top, she had written hand notes in her journal about her plans and desires for this lady to be killed, all for being the chosen one. That's crazy. Instead of going to trial, she decides to just take a plea deal. And the terms of her plea deal with the federal prosecutors is that she admit to the charges against her. And on September 18th, just a few weeks ago, a federal judge sentences her to 8 years and 4 months in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release. She also has to pay $5,389 in restitution to Jennifer. Look at her. A clear depiction of disturbia. Hold on. Now she looked more sane here. It's a clear difference between these two pictures, I feel. And you know what? For the longest time, people have been using the term, oh, he drives me crazy. She drive me crazy. No, this is what he drove me crazy looks like. This is what you asking for. David and drove this girl crazy for real. And I'm not putting no blame on David. She definitely was a little delusional from jump. But y'all, something happened between then and now, obviously. Now, since her sentencing, her lawyer has come out and said that his client is very remorseful about what she did, and she, quote, wants Jennifer to be able to move on with her life. He also states that his client's actions are or were the result of a breakdown of massive proportion. Do y'all think at any point David and Melody were hunching? Because none of the parties ever stated whether or not the two were romantically involved to any degree. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I believe. Because on one hand, he could have gave her a little something that she could feel that made her act this way. Or she could have just been 100% delusional all on her own accord. Maybe David saw something in her on that first Match.com date that alluded to how wild things could get with her. Either way, Melody is right where she needs to be, baby. Off the streets. It's crazy how she felt like she just needed to get rid of Jennifer because Jennifer was her competition. Well, girl, you were there first. So if he wanted you, it would have been you. And I don't think it would have been you without Jennifer in the picture. I'm also very shocked that she only got 8 years. That's crazy. But yeah, I hope Jennifer and David are doing well. And Jennifer is not still looking over her shoulder and won't be in another 8 years when this girl is back on the streets. God forbid she gets released early. But anywho, that is it for today's video. I know it was really short when I just wanted to get in here, take y'all minds off of some things. Now I'm about to go eat. It's 2:11 p.m. and I haven't had a morsel of food today. This Chipotle is about to bless me. Do you hear me? Please let me know your thoughts down below. Like the video before you leave. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. As always, I appreciate you so much for spending your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace. And I'm about to get on AT&T because, girl, why I wake up today, my internet is off because they have made a mistake on my account and they were like, oh, we're gonna create an adjustment. It'll be back on in 4 hours max. We just hit 4 hours. I feel like the person on the phone just told me that to get me off the phone at this point, but I'm sure enough about to call them back. And let me show y'all this cute little video of Blue I want to share. The thing is, Blue, this is one of my favorite things about my dog. Blue understands, or he's grown to understand, like, that he can make you laugh. And so if he makes you chuckle, or me, I don't know if he do this with nobody else. When he makes me chuckle, he'll do the thing like repeatedly. He'll keep doing it to make me laugh. The other night, I'm laying in my bed and then his little head pops up at the foot of the bed and he gives the biggest smile. And it was just so funny because what are you doing? Why are you staring at me? So I cackled. Don't talk about my laugh. I'm gonna insert the video so y'all can see it. Don't talk bad about my laugh, girl. So he does it and then he does it again. Now, at the point at which y'all see in the video, he's now done this a good solid 4 times. He just keeps doing it, like popping up, big smile, and I'm just cackling and giggling and tickled. Oh, where is he? I want him to do it again. He done it like 4 times. You are so silly. I love when he realizes that he's making me laugh and he keeps doing the thing. Like, wow, it's almost time to go to bed. You just too much. Like, I love this dog so much. He is so funny. He's the best thing ever. That's enough. I just wanted to share that with y'all because it's just, I keep watching the videos over and over. I love him. All right, bye. But despite her distraction, girl, but despite her attraction to him, he continues to, y'all not my BDBs in the back. He continues to chat with Melody. He does continue his, okay, not his friendship. I can't talk. There are 3 calls made on November 7th of 2023. Okay, no, that was 2022, girl. The closer they get to the couple's wedding date, the more Jennifer's, okay, the Jennifer Miss Melody. Now this site the site offers all kinds of services and it should be done by now. A day later, the Hitman, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Like the video, like the video before you leave. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. As always, I appreciate you. Child, I be forgetting what I'm be saying to y'all. But I mean it, I really do. Child, my little hair looking crazy all around the edges.